So I had gone in for a routine pap smear, and I'd been using this doctor for over 20 years and just never heard back. So I thought everything was fine. And just 2 years later, everything wasn't fine. I was bleeding when I shouldn't have been. And so I went to the doctor, and he told me I needed to go see a specialist. I assumed if something was wrong, they would have let me know. It never crossed my mind that it was cancer. My general doctor was wanting to send me somewhere close to home. It was at that point I decided no. My husband had had great care at Memorial Hermann with his motorcycle wreck. So I went to a specialist over in the Woodlands, and they referred me to Dr. Lee.
I did a physical exam on her and noted a large abnormal looking area. And I knew immediately that it was cancerous.
Then I said, "It's cancer, isn't it?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Okay," because so many doctors are gonna put that off, and I could deal with a straight answer.
I was with her the day that she was diagnosed. She definitely wasn't rolling over and giving up.
Then the first thing I think of are my girls. What are we going to do? What if I die?
I already knew that she was having some problems. I never would have thought it would have been cancer.
I think I was just in shock, just sitting there.
And you think, how is she going through this?
I wanted to let them know how proud I was of them and what great women they were turning into.
I didn't know how far it had spread yet. We ordered some additional studies, and we were able to find that the cancer was localized just to the pelvic area. So Dr. Sands is the expert to figure out how much radiation is required for the cancer to be removed and not damage the surrounding organs.
For what Susan had, the first part of radiation is 5 weeks, 5 days a week, and she also had chemotherapy once a week during the treatment.
It's rigorous. It can make patients very nauseated, very sick, very dehydrated, and she did very, very well with all those.
And then you just have to wait. So I went to Dr. Lee to see what was still there.
I did a physical exam on her and noted an area that was irregular, and I knew that it was cancerous.
She's taken all the radiation she can take. She's taken all the chemo she can take.
She first said to me, "Am I going to die?" And I said the best option for possible cure was to perform a major operation.
And I was floored. I'd never heard of such a thing. A pelvic exoneration is where they remove the cervix and everything around it that might have cancer cells in it.
And so what that necessitates is we remove all the parts that are associated with the vagina. The uterus and cervix, fallopian tubes and ovaries, the urethra, and the rectum and the anus. So all those are taken out together.
I was stunned. I tried to listen, but my mind was like splitting in two directions. I actually had to decide, do I want to have a colostomy and a urostomy the rest of my life? Or do I want to just not have the surgery and knowing that this cancer would kill me within a year?
And she asked me, what do I want? And I said, well, I want my wife.
Her response to me was, okay, if you're gonna take out all my female parts and all my pelvic parts, but you're gonna tell me that I have a chance at watching my kids grow old and I can see grandkids, then you need to do the surgery.
So going into surgery, knowing that I had had a second and third opinion, I felt this was the right thing to do.
There's a lot of planning that has to go into the surgery. There's a full anesthesia team, extra surgical nurses, then there's a special team for the plastic surgery, and there's 2 to 3 doctors operating at any given time. It's a powerful team. Dr. Tom Newton is an expert in pelvic surgery. Dr. Gordley's portion of the procedure was to remove the anterior abdominal wall muscle. The very end of that procedure relies on placing the bags and then reconstructed a vagina. And by the end of her treatment, her cancer was gone, so she was in remission.
All of her tests, cancer-free. She's going to make it through.
It's really a privilege to be able to be part of these people's lives during this horrible time of life. And our job is to try to help them get through it and just support them.
Dr. Lee, I know, is a good doctor.
You know that she cares about what you're going through and her job and her work. It made a lot of difference in my recovery, I think.
You have to have both the emotional and physical well-being to fight cancer. And at the end of the day, the grit in yourself says that you're just gonna do it. You're gonna beat this thing. And that's what she did.
Going through this has made our family stronger. We appreciate our time together.
She's so different today. She's happy and she tells us that she's proud of us.
I can see her enjoying life more now than she did before. She's come out with a new body and a new outlook on life.
Memorial Hermann saved Susan's life.
She has an appreciation for being alive and for being cancer-free. And I think that supersedes any daily discomforts that she has.
They say everything will be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end. We live life on purpose.